Hey gang, it's Clay here. I'm at Mountain Music Exchange and we have some really cool guitars to talk about. You're already seeing the title of this video, which is probably what led you here, but before I get to them, just thank you a ton for the views and the watches. You've checked out the old videos on the other Epiphone reviews that we've done here. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything, views, comments, even the rough ones, you know. Thank you. With that being said, I got a couple of really cool guitars here. I have the 1959 Epiphone Les Paul Standard. Have mercy. Check out that backplate. That's a real metal backplate. How cool is that? I really like this guitar. I just got done with this out on the floor, kind of giving it a run through, and it sounds as good as you could ask for it to sound. I mean, you would really have to be splitting hairs to, in a recording or something to that effect, you would have to split hairs to be able to really, I'm not gonna say to be able to tell the difference, because I know there are people out there with better ears than me that will absolutely be able to tell the difference all day. But to care, you would have to really split hairs to care if you just heard this and say a Gibson, anything back to back. It's just a cool guitar all the way around. So we'll start from the top. Of course, the Kalamazoo headstock that you've seen lately on the new Epiphones at last year's NAMM, or was it this year's NAMM? COVID's got me all crazy. Anyway, stamped serial number, vintage style tuners. You're looking at a Kluson style tuner there, but it looks like it's Epiphone branded. And you're also looking at sort of another 1959 specific thing, which is a blank truss rod cover. Now, the way that Epiphone's truss rods are versus Gibson's, you've got a 3-screw truss rod cover here instead of the 2-screw like a Gibson. But nonetheless, it's still a cool look. The beveling looks good on it, so I like it. So, anywho, we're gonna go on down the neck here. This is a big neck. Now, we've got the 50 standards in as well, or at least we have, and I've done reviews on them, and you may or may not have seen those before. If not, please go check it out. This feels bigger than that neck to me. It may just be because it might be in my head, because I'm holding a 59 and I expect it to be of a certain caliber type neck, and it's a big neck. And it feels good, like you can like kind of just put your whole hand, you know, on the neck. You don't have any kind of blank spaces you have to compensate with your thumb. It just sort of, it's really comfortable. Even if a big neck guitar isn't necessarily your thing, I think it's cool and it feels good. So going on down here, we are looking at what I believe to be, now I've asked our friend Algin Go at Epiphone, and I haven't got a response back yet. If I do, I'll chime back in or we'll edit something in. I don't know what we'll do, but I believe that this might be rosewood and not Indian laurel. I really believe this is a rosewood fretboard. It looks dark, it looks porous in all the right ways. It's got rosewood all over it, maybe literally, right? And it's just a cool look. And I really don't know how much it really matters between Indian laurel and rosewood. I don't mind it. I actually, if you didn't tell me that Indian laurel wasn't rosewood, I wouldn't even care. Not that I wouldn't know at some point maybe, but I probably wouldn't care. But anyway, rosewood fretboard, binding all the way around, which is cool, except for the headstock, which is, you know, standard. No pun intended. Vintage style switch tip here, which is really cool. Gibson Burstbucker 2, Gibson Burstbucker 3 pickups here. I'm telling you, this 3 in the bridge might be one of my favorite pickup sounds of all time. It's in the right spot. It's wound, overwound just enough. It might be my favorite. The Burstbucker 3 might actually be my favorite sort of PAF style pickup. So yeah, it's there and it sounds great. Another cool thing I noticed here too is, and I'll try to get you a close-up of it, and you may not, it may take some B-roll footage or something, I'm not sure, but this is not beveled, which, you know, if you're into sort of the 50 spec thing, like take a 59, or I'm sorry, take a 52 Telecaster, for example. That's a 1-ply pick guard. And you think 1-ply and it's not got the cool, I don't know. But 1-ply is what comes on a 52 Tele, so that's what comes on the 52 Tele reissues. Well, this non-beveled pick guard here on this Les Paul is what would have come on a 59. And I think it's just a cool attention to detail piece that they didn't put the beveled, that they actually, I don't know if they went out of their way to make an unbeveled one or what, but it's just a cool little piece of detail that Epiphone did to sort of make this a little more 59-esque, and I think that's really cool. You'll see the ABR1 style bridge here as well. I'll try to show you that again. May take some B-roll footage, I'm not sure. With the retaining wire, but it does have the posts like a Nashville style. So that's maybe something to think about if you're worried about authenticity or something to that effect. Again, I don't mind. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm really more concerned with how it plays and sounds and all that, you know. But if you're looking for something that's super authentic, this does not have the directly into the body mount for the ABR1 bridge. And then of course, you know, stop tailpiece, and looks like we've got some thumb bleeders here on those knobs. Those knobs are sitting on top of 4 CTS pots. So yeah, you get CTS pots, which are, you know, if you're going to replace your pots in your guitar, 9 times out of 10, the first brand you're going to think of at all is you're going to go, I want CTS pots, you know, if you're going to get an aftermarket potentiometer. So yeah, and then otherwise you've just got vintage style strap buttons here. You've got a little sort of advert here on the bottom. You can peel off. That's just for us store folks, I guess. There aren't a ton of stock photos of these, so I'm really cool that I'm really glad that we've got one in stock here. I think it's really cool. So I want to talk about the top real quick. So this is a full-on mahogany body, and it looks like it is really legitimately a 2-piece mahogany body. At least from over here. I don't know if that might be a veneer. I don't actually think it is. So it looks like we're really dealing with a 2-piece mahogany body, 1-piece mahogany neck, but there is a scarf joint where the headstock connects. So that might be something to consider as well. And the top, it is a full maple top, and it is the same level of maple cap you would find on a Gibson Les Paul, but the flame, I believe, is a veneer. Now that being said, if you turn this guitar in the light, you can see it do that cool shimmer thing that you like from a flame top. So if no one told me, or I didn't get too curious to look up under the pickup route, I wouldn't know. And again, good chance, especially at $7.99 for this with a hard shell case, good chance I wouldn't even care. I think we're going to show you some footage of that case now, by the way. Speaking of that, it's a cool case. You've probably seen them with some other limited edition Epiphones before, or something similar. It's brown, silver Epiphone logo on the front. I'm not 100% sure why it's silver, but again, it's a non-issue really, for me anyway. Pink lining on the inside. A thing that I think is cool about that case is, like in some of the other cases, all the latches are really shiny and all that stuff, you know. The latches look sort of, I'm not gonna say dull, but they do look like VOS-esque in that they sort of have about the same sheen to them despite being silver. They have like a nickel kind of look, and I think they look really good. It's just a cool little piece of attention to detail if that's what's going on there, that I think adds to the authenticity of, again, an $800 59 Les Paul with Burstbucker 2, Burstbucker 3 pickups. I know some of you guys are probably going to ask too, so I'll just go ahead and kind of get it out of the way. These things are not light, but there is a weight variance on our website right now. Now that's as of this video being posted. If you're watching this later, I can't guarantee that this is going to be on there. We've weighed all of ours. We have 7 of them in stock, I think 7. And we've weighed them all and we've taken pictures of them all. So you don't have a lot of stock photos online to look from for reference, but you do have our website, at least right now, to check those out, which is pretty cool because you can see the variances in the tops and all that cool stuff. I think our tech, when he weighed them, They range anywhere from about 8.1 pounds on this one to, and I'm going to show you a cool cherry burst top on this too. This is the dark cherry burst, and it is substantially heavy. We go from 8.1 pounds to 9.4 pounds. So this might be one you want to check out and see if you can get the individual weights on, because there are variances. There are relatively big variances in the weights, but I can feel this one is definitely heavier than that one. I don't know how you feel about the weight affecting the tone. I do really feel like this one sounds like it's a little more dense or something to that effect, you know. And when I say dense, I just mean like it's not, the low end's tighter or something like that. Like the wood itself is a little denser. So yeah, guys, I don't know what else to say about this, but feel free, if you have questions, ask them in the comments below. I usually kind of try to hang out in the room for a little bit, for the first little while that the video's up, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. And that's got us. Guys, for Mountain Music Exchange, you can check us out at mountainmusicexchange.com, by the way, where you can find these Epiphones as they're currently posted. Again, if they sell, they're gone, they leave the website. But not stock photos that we have, we've taken them all out of the box, taken pictures of them, put them back in the box, except for these two, which are out on the floor. Anyway, guys, thank you all a ton. I really appreciate you watching this video and all the other ones. For Mountain Music Exchange, I'm Clay, and you rock. Have a good one.